Welcome, recruits, to the Iron Coalition's Elgin Training Center in the Outer Neptune sector. As you are aware, almost 10 years of strife have passed since the cataclysm that destroyed Earth. It is a desperate time for us all. Gigacorp forces are exploiting their seemingly endless assets to dominate surviving humanity. The genetically mutated bios have emerged to forcibly drag the human race into an evolutionary watershed. The cutthroat belters are uniting to resist the order the Iron Coalition strives to bring. It is humanity's darkest hour. With your help and that of your teammates, we can restore order and discipline. During your stay at the training center, you will be given several opportunities to master different aspects of spaceflight, combat, and command operations. We will begin with a basic tour of this space station. This is the hangar. Clicking here or pressing the F1 key brings up the help display system. Use this system. It has excellent detailed information not available anywhere else. When operating as a combat pilot, you will primarily be concerned with these two areas, launch and loadout. Clicking here takes you directly to the hangar door for a rapid launch. Clicking here or pressing the F4 key takes you to the loadout screen. The loadout screen is where you choose your ship, its weaponry, and its cargo. We'll cover the use of the loadout screen in Training Mission 3, Basic Weaponry. These areas of the hangar are primarily for use by the team commander. If you are not in line for officer duty, don't worry about them. If you want to try your hand as an officer, these topics will be covered in Training Mission 5, Command View. Clicking here or pressing the F8 key brings up the teleport display. You use the teleport display whenever you want to jump to a different space station or to board another ship as a turret gunner. To join another ship as a turret gunner, you select the ship you want to board and then click the transport button. The numbers on the right side of the display show you how many turret slots are manned by players and how many total turrets the ship has. You got all that? Remember, you can bring up the help display at any time. Right now, they are waiting for you on the hangar deck. Get your gear and proceed to Training Mission 2, Basic Flight. Good luck. Proceed through the hangar door to launch.
In this mission, you will receive a basic introduction to your controls and heads-up display and do a little bit of flying. For now, your flight controls are disabled, so don't do anything until I tell you to. First, I'll explain the peripheral radar system. This system highlights objects of interest in space by placing icons to represent them on your screen. When an object is in your field of view, its icon is located appropriately on your screen. When the object is out of your field of view, its icon rides in a gutter at the edge of your screen. Look out in front of your ship right now. You should see a small craft with a purple icon near it. That's me. This icon indicates my ship's class. Beside it is the name of the pilot. The number just under the icon is my distance from you, measured in meters. Watch how the icon moves as I approach you. I am going to fly over your head. Pay attention to how the icon travels as my ship approaches the edge of your screen and then moves out of your field of view. Notice that the icon remains on the screen in a gutter. You can find me again by turning your ship toward my icon on the edge of the screen. I'm above you and to your right. Now your craft will turn to show you how it works. You'll get the chance to use the radar later. Now I'm going to tell you about your ship controls. You can change the orientation of your craft using your joystick or keyboard. I'm going to release the controls now so you can try them out while I explain them. Now I want you to practice turning the ship about. When you are comfortable with the operation of your craft, press the space bar to proceed. Good. Now you know how to turn the craft. Next, you're going to move this interceptor around a bit and get used to the throttle. I'm going to disable turning for a moment, but the throttle will be active so you can experiment with it while I talk. If your joystick has a throttle control, you can use that to finely adjust your throttle. Now, I want you to fly forward at full throttle. Try adjusting the throttle to see how this gauge changes. Now you know how to adjust the throttle and read a gauge on your heads-up display. Now I'm going to go over some of the other items on your display. Your controls will be disabled while I talk about these things, so just pay attention. When you are moving, the velocity indicator will tell you how fast you are moving. The indicator reads in meters per second, or MPS. Notice the motion indicator in the center of your screen. This indicator tells you which way you are moving. In space, there is nothing to stop your ship from sliding sideways. When you turn, it takes a moment for the ship's engines to compensate for your velocity. As a result, you won't always be facing the same direction you are moving. This indicator will show you the direction that your craft is traveling. Now your ship will turn a bit to demonstrate. Got it? Good. I'm going to activate your controls again, and I want you to practice turning and adjusting your throttle. Notice how the motion indicator floats around the screen as you turn and that you don't stop immediately when you throttle down. When you are comfortable with the operation of your ship, press the space bar to proceed. Okay, that wasn't so bad, was it? You're doing good. You've learned the basics of spaceflight. I'm going to introduce you to the booster now. It's shaking and rumbling as your booster's firing. Notice your speed. Notice how the fuel gauge drops when you listen to boosters.
Reloading.
You carry a limited supply of fuel on the ship, and it doesn't regenerate. So make sure you watch your fuel gauge when firing the boosters. Now I want you to give it a try.
Disengage. Autopilot disengage.
I'm going to go back to the outpost and land in a green hangar bay. The red bays are the launching points. Make sure you never try to land in a red hangar or you'll be a trophy on somebody's canopy.
Now that you've learned some flight basics, it's time to learn about the weapon systems carried by your craft. Proceed to Training Mission 3, Basic Weaponry. Before launching into a combat scenario, you should select the ship you wish to fly and outfit it in the way best suited to the operation you're planning. Clicking here or pressing the F4 key takes you to the loadout screen to do just that. Here you can select from the ships currently available to your team. Clicking here cycles through the ships that are available to you at this station. This is where you select which weapons you wish to use. This is where you select a shield. Clicking here allows you to select what type of expendables this craft will be using, such as mines and probes and so on. This is where you select the type of missiles this ship will use. All ship types vary in the types of weapons, equipment, expendables, and missiles they can use. For example, the Scout cannot carry a tactical nuclear missile, so one won't be available to your Scout in the loadout screen. You would need to fly a different type of ship, such as a missile frigate, to be able to use a nuclear missile. You can put anything in your cargo, though. Be careful putting things in cargo because their mass affects your agility in space. If you load up expendables like ammo, fuel, missiles, and probes in cargo, then the ship will automatically use them when its current magazine runs out. All of the items you select in loadout are shown in the inventory display while in flight. You should pay attention to the changing characteristics of the craft as it is outfitted. Different configurations can have a significant effect on your ship's performance. Click the launch button when you are ready.
Online. Commencing scan.
This is a fighter. It is well armed and has a moderate scan range. In this mission, we're going to go over targeting with the peripheral radar and the weapon systems carried by your ships. As before, your controls will be disabled until I ask you to do something, so listen carefully. First, notice the two gauges in the center of your heads-up display, the shield and armor gauges. These gauges indicate the relative health of your craft. The shield gauge shows how much damage the shields can absorb before you will start taking armor damage. Shields can regenerate, so it's not a disaster if this gauge shows that your shields are offline. When you take shield damage, it will look like this. Now notice that the shields regenerate. The armor gauge shows how much more damage your ship hull can withstand before breaking apart. If this gauge drops to 0, you will explode. This is what it will look like when you take armor damage.
Warning. Shields offline.
Notice that the armor does not regenerate. If you're in a battle and you get damaged, try to return to the nearest friendly station for repairs or search for a shield and armor power-up. There are a number of derelict hulls in this sector of space. We'll use these for target practice. As your first introduction to targeting, you're going to learn to target objects in front of the craft. Good. I'm enabling your flight controls now. Practice turning and targeting the derelict hulls. When you are comfortable with targeting, press the space bar to proceed. All ships have a scan range, within which you can detect the presence of other objects. Some ships, like the interceptor we flew in the first mission, have a very poor range. These ships are not very good in unexplored space because an enemy can sneak up on them quite easily. However, if a friendly ship can see something in its scan range, you can too. It's always handy to have a scout or two around when you're in uncharted regions because they have a very large scan range. Now examine the portion of your heads-up display that shows a detail of the target. Notice that this area displays the shield and armor strength of your target, as well as its velocity and range. Press the spacebar when you are ready to proceed. When you target an enemy craft, you will see an aiming reticule in the center of your display. This reticule will be green when you are in range and aiming at the target. If you are not aiming correctly or you are not in range, the reticule will be gray. Your ship will now turn to show you this effect. Okay, there are basically 3 weapon types. Weapons that use energy, weapons that use ammunition, and missiles. Your craft is currently armed with all 3. To start with, only the energy-based weapon is activated. Press the trigger button on your joystick to fire your main weapon. Good. Notice the energy gauge on your heads-up display. This gauge shows how much energy is available to power your gun. As you fire, energy is used up. This gauge shows you how much energy remains. One benefit of using energy-based weapons is that the energy available to your ship will recharge. In effect, you never run out. Notice how the shield and armor strength of your target are affected. Keep firing until your target is destroyed. Notice your radar. The targeted object has a set of square brackets around it, and there is a red arrow near the center of your display that points at the target. You can use this information to help you locate your target in space. Excellent. You're getting the hang of this. I am activating your machine gun now. Go ahead and fire. Good. The machine gun uses ammunition. This gauge shows how much ammunition remains. Note that the ammunition is not recharged until you land again, so watch your supply. Blow up your target with the machine gun. Keep firing until your target is destroyed.
Missiles depleted.
Press the spacebar when you are ready to proceed. One more thing you'll need to know about is your craft's kill bonus. This number represents the percentage of extra damage your craft is doing against enemies. This number will increase every time you get a kill, but will drop back to 0 every time you die. You've done well, Cadet. Here's a chance to put your learning to the test. I'm going to give you a full load of ammo and missiles now, and enable all your controls. Fly around the derelicts and destroy them. Use your targeting keys, throttle, and missiles. When you are ready to go home, press the spacebar to proceed.
Okay, Cadet. You've learned how to use your weapons and control your inventory. Now it's time to go over a typical mission. Proceed to Training Mission 4, Enemy Engagement.